Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, when was the last time your girl was live this early? But hey, we've got the Y series this morning with Mr. JPFire, and I'm super, super excited to have him as our next creator here on the Y series. Y'all, this is getting to know the creator behind the content. Super, super excited to be able to be live to you this morning, bringing him in, getting to know him a little bit more than just the video games, right? So we are multi-streaming this morning. We are here live on Facebook and Twitch. So y'all, let's jump into us and let's get into the dojo, shall we? Let's go. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, yo, let's go. Anthony coming with that triple. JP coming with the like as well. What's up, what's up? Good morning, everyone. All right, I want to make sure this chat is working. Hey, there we go. What's up, what's up, what's up? Hey, I see you, Jacob, coming in. Hey, Kim, how you feeling today? Feeling a little better? You were feeling better? Hell yeah, very happy to hear that. Anthony, thank you for that triple. Jacob, thank you for that like. Jacob, I'm feeling better. I am a little sore, still got a little bit of pain in that right side a little bit. My knee still feels a little wonky. I do have a follow-up with another doctor that I have to get going, but other than that, I am feeling much, much better. I do really appreciate you asking. Y'all, this morning, hi, Heather. Hello, hello. What is up, dear? I am feeling better. I am feeling better. Little sore here and there. I did a lot yesterday of sitting and working on stuff. So, yeah. I was taking the time to get some stuff going, especially getting ready for the stream today. Heather, how are you? Jacob, glad you're feeling better. Anthony, you might be at work, so if you're not chit-chatting, you're just watching. Hi. And Rockstar 1983 coming in with that like as well. What's up, Mr. Rockstar? Okay, y'all. So today, and then Heather, thank you for the like as well, sweetheart. So today is the Y series. It is our second one. I will be doing these once a month, as much as possible, and I'm super excited that today we have Mr. Jonathan, aka JPFire, in the house with us. He's in the dojo. He's behind those doors, ready to get going. So for today, just letting you know, I am live streaming. He is over on Twitch, y'all. Show him that love. If you're not already following him, if you guys would check him out. He does a lot of things, and you're gonna get to hear from him a little bit about him, what he does, and the ultimate question: why he does what he does. Super excited about this. Super excited to be able to help him share his journey, where's he been, where's he going, and then just all of that in between. So if you were here with us last month, we had Mr. Rockstar 1983 with us, and it was just so much fun. It was exciting to get to know him a little bit more. So y'all, I'm super excited. Chris, thank you for the share, thank you for the like, and then the other Chris coming in with that like, JP with that like, Justin coming in with the like. Hi everyone, welcome on in. Mystic, good morning. Rockstar, what up, Rocky? Not feeling best, but on the mends. Oh, Heather, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Sending you love, sending you prayers, sending you hugs. Anthony, I'm not able to see followers on this way. I'm very, very sorry. Sick, but can't afford to miss work. Anthony, I feel that. Mystic coming in with a like. Professor Sportman coming in with a like. Tyler Adam coming in with a like. Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome on in the dojo. Real quick, if it is your first time over here, my name is Kim, aka Chimkicks. I'm a variety content creator here on Facebook and over on Twitch. Twitch. We are live on both platforms, so if you would prefer watching over on Twitch, we are over there as well. But y'all, real quick, just letting you guys know, all alerts are about to be silenced for the duration of the stream of the broadcast, so all attention goes with JPFire. So if I don't react, I know I have my black belts. I have Mr. Ryan here. A lot of the other ones are kind of busy at the moment, but make sure as others are coming in, if we could show everybody some love for me, because I'm not going to interrupt our guest host. Chris, thank you for the like. Evelyn coming to the like. Hey, what up, everybody? Good morning. Let's follow up with these, and then I'm going to bring in JPFire, y'all. We want hard questions. Oh, come on now. Be nice to him, Mr. Chris. Pretty interesting. Yeah, super excited, Anthony. It'll be fun. If you're at work, this will be on YouTube, and it'll also be on my Facebook. Good morning, Evelyn. How are we, Miss Penguin Gaming? Hey, what's up, Jacob? Excellent, sir. We are here for Mr. JPFire today, sir. We be back later. Have a good one. All right, Anthony. Much love. Have a great day at work. Let's go. I suppose I could put my belts on. Oh, Catherine, thank you so much, sweetheart. If you're busy as well, you have a great day. All right, y'all. We're gonna go ahead and mute a couple things, and we're gonna get Mr. JP in here, and we're gonna get going. I'm just making sure all the other stuff is muted at the moment. So, you guys ready to bring in JPFire? Let's get to know him a little bit. Let's get to have a lot of fun. All right, let's go. Good morning, Mr. JP.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, and welcome on into the dojo. How'd you sleep last night?
I slept good. Really, really good.
Well, that's good. I was gonna
It's
say.
always easier to sleep after a GG on the campfire.
Oh yeah. I saw that completion, and I was like, holy hell! I don't think I could ever do that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's they're definitely rough, but they're fun at the same time.
Excellent. All right. So just as a quick reminder, all alerts are turned off for the duration so we can give our full attention to Mr. JPFire. If I miss something in chat, y'all, you know me, I love to keep up with my chat. So if y'all could, whoever's hanging out and chilling, just know if I'm not responding, it's because I got Mr. JPFire that I'm gonna show some love to today. Real quick as well, y'all, if you have any questions or anything like that, please hold them till the end. Or if we're on that topic, you throw something in. Mr. JP is able to see the stream as well, so he'll be kind of watching. And we're just gonna roll with this for a little bit. I've got my questions, kind of like we did with Rocky, and I'm excited. No, this girl did not go to bed till 4 in the morning, and I don't have coffee, and I'm this hyper.
Wow.
So this is how much I absolutely love doing this. So JP, thank you so much for reaching out, letting me already know that you are interested in doing this. So
For
basically
sure.
we're just gonna jump on in. Before streaming, like anything to do with streams, just a little bit of like background info, whatever you feel comfortable with sharing, like what you do like outside of streaming.
Okay. Well, I have a family, wife, 16 years. We've been married 16 years, and or sorry, 15 years. 15 years we've been married. We've been together 17 years. Sorry,
Oh,
I
hell
lose track
yes.
on those all the time. Got 3 kids, 2 biological daughters, and 1 adopted son that we adopted when he was 2 years old. And I work at an oil and gas refinery. I've been there for over 10 years now. Phillips 66, and just hobbies besides video game. And just hanging out with the family, and fishing. I love fishing. And
Oh, okay.
uh, riding bikes and hiking. Hiking's a lot of fun as well. Stuff like that.
So I'd say besides streaming, you like to be a little bit more like outdoorsy.
Yes,
You
I
like
love the outdoors.
so if you like camping and biking, do you like or I meant hiking and biking? Do you like
And
camping?
camping. Yep. I love camping as well.
Favorite place to
Camping's
camp?
always fun. Well, Paladero Canyon right now probably, but
Okay.
that's just locally here around. That's closer to us, or our local lake, Lake Meredith. Fun to go camp at as well.
Okay.
Paladero Canyon is the second largest canyon in the United States behind the Grand Canyon, and it's located about 60 minutes from where I live.
Okay, that's not
Yeah,
that bad. Not that bad.
yeah,
He's a Texan who loves the heat. Oh yeah.
yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say.
I don't mind the heat at all. The heat's actually pretty good, but I guess that's why I'm JPFire, right?
I was gonna say, hey, that kind of fits, and you know that actually goes into my next question. Before we dive into these other ones, is why JPFire? What was the name? What was
Well,
the idea behind adding fire?
okay, so pretty much since I would say high school, the, people stopped calling me Jonathan. They started just calling me JP. Well, after high school, I wanted to be a firefighter.
Okay.
So I was 19 years old. So that's where the 19 comes from. If you follow me on Twitch, that's 19 or anything, any of my like Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, JPFire 19, because that's whenever I was born. It was when I was 19 years old, and I was in the fire academy in Amarillo, Texas. And I guess that's another thing. I didn't mind the heat because, man, middle of the summer in the fire academy with bunker gear on, I just grew to just tolerate the heat. But anyways, we were out there fighting fires one day, and somebody just out of nowhere just called me JP Fire, and that's where it came from. Just and then I added the 19 because of my age, and that's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know that about you about the being like the firefighter. So awesome, awesome.
yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
did firefighting for out where I work at the refinery. I've been out there 10 years, and I was a firefighter out there for about 7.5, 8 years
well,
before
we
I finally decided to just step away from it.
step away from it. Hey, you
Yeah,
know what? Appreciate your service and your dedication, your hard work to do that. Just because I know being like in the fire department and all that other like saving like services can be very difficult and very hard. So we appreciate you.
yeah, of course. Thank you.
Uh, see, y'all are talking about Texas heat. Hey, Texas heat, y'all are it's crazy. It is a little hot, and it got hot this summer up here. I was like, all right, I'm ready for fall. Oh, y'all, whoever just came in at the moment, thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate y'all popping on in and hanging out with Mr. JP Fire. Now we're kind of gonna jump into the next kind of couple questions, and basically, this is still a little bit before streaming. So how old were you when you first started playing video games? And what was your very first game that started your journey out on video games?
Okay, so I started playing video games when I was, as far as back as I can remember, I was 3 or 4 years old, and I was playing the NES, my dad's NES. In fact, that's the reason I got a Super Nintendo, because he was tired of me playing his NES all the time, so he ended up just giving me a Super Nintendo. But
Oh,
it was Mario and Duck Hunt was the first game that I remember playing, and that's what he had, and um, yeah, and then I started playing like I believe it was Double Dragon. I believe that was, and then a couple other games. It's kind of hard to remember because it's vague from back in the day. But yeah, I was like 3 or 4 years old when I started playing those games, and it was the NES was my first console that I played.
so where did the love for Mario start? What was the very first like Mario game that kind of got you into that Mario
Super Mario World,
Super
definitely
Mario
Super
World?
Mario World. I want to say I was 5 years old, maybe six, when I got that Super Nintendo, and we didn't have that much money, so I wasn't able to have very many games. Every week, every so often, I get lucky, and on the weekends, my dad would surprise me and take me to the video store, which we had a Hastings, is what it was called, Hastings,
Hmm.
and he'd rent me a video game, and that's when I got to play other games. But other than that, I had the Super Mario World, and that's the game that came with my Super Nintendo. So that was like one of the few games I ever owned when I was young for the Super Nintendo.
Now, I have to ask you a quick question about Duck Hunt because I too played Duck Hunt when I was a kid, and I remember kind of raging and wanting to like shoot the dog. Did you ever have issues with the dog?
I always wanted to shoot the dog. Every
Oh,
chance, I always wanted to shoot that dumb dog.
just laughing at you after all of that. Yeah,
Yes.
no, it's just like just stop.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. So moving on through, so what is like your favorite, like one of your favorite gaming memories before you started streaming? One that you could bring in before you started that you love that you bring in and you're able to reference to like when you get back into those games.
Hmm. So before, like, I won't ever forget. the day that I completed Donkey Kong 64 101%. So this was late 90s, early 2000s. Actually, I think it was early 2000s. Yes, it was early 2000s because I remember we had just hit the millennium, I think, when Donkey Kong 64 came out. And I won't ever forget, I grinded on that game. I got it for Christmas and I grinded on that game all the time. And I could always remember just 101% in that game. And it was just, it was amazing. And one of those things that has always stuck to my head. And I remember going to school, I was in eighth grade, and everybody was talking about Ocarina of Time. Everybody was talking about, how great that game was. And it was a great game. It was. But then I would brag about 101%ing Donkey Kong 64. They're like, no way. There's no way you did that. I was like, yes, I did.
That's
So that's a good memory.
that's when you take out your phone camera, and be like, here, I got proof.
Yeah, unfortunately, at that time, I didn't have a phone, and there wasn't smartphones at the time. Or
Yep.
if there was, that was like early 2000s, so I didn't
Yeah.
have a flip phone or nothing. I won't
Yeah.
ever forget having my first cell phone when I was a senior in high school.
Hey, that's exactly when my very first time of having a cell phone was. And to be
Hmm.
honest, mine was. Do you remember the small little like prepay as you go? Like, it was sing
Mine was a Nokia. Mine was an old Nokia, and guess what? Guess what my case was on that Nokia? It was
Mario.
a case with flames. It had flames
Oh,
on
there
that
we
Nokia.
go.
Yes. I wish I still
Hey,
had pictures of it. But
having that
yeah,
already.
I had flames, kind of like how you have around me right now. I had
Uh
like
huh.
just flames going up on that Nokia,
That
the old
that's
one.
that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I was gonna say,
Hmm.
mine was that little like, like I don't know. It was a singular phone.
And it
I
had
don't know.
Snake. It had Snake. It had the
Oh.
Snake game on it. Yep.
Oh, Chris, come on, you're not that old.
Yeah, Chris is
Oh,
saying, does my head shrink whenever it gets cold? I don't think so. I think it might get bigger.
the rotary phones, Mojo. Right. You are kind of showing your age there, sir. Love you. Hey, you know what? They give me trouble. I have to take it when I get it. Okay. So this can be on stream or off stream, but favorite game of all time and why?
Funny, I was actually asked that question last night, and I was
Okay.
just completely stumped. And I just came up. I don't want to bring up Donkey Kong 64 anymore, but that's the game that I gave the chat yesterday because it's like I said, it brings back that great memory.
Yeah.
I don't honestly to say that it's my favorite game of all time would be a stretch because I think if it was, I would play it more often, and I haven't played it in many years, but it brings back a lot of good memories. It's so hard because there's so many amazing games out there that it's really really hard to say what's like for me. My favorite Zelda game and is Twilight Princess,
Oh,
and that was because I just got a Nintendo Wii, and I was so psyched with the motion controls and getting to use the Wii to hack and slash, and so that brings back a lot of great memories. So that ended up being my favorite Zelda game. I love Breath of the Wild and other ones. I would say I don't know what my favorite game is, but I'd say up there would be Twilight Princess, Donkey Kong 64, and probably Mario Sunshine. I really love Mario Sunshine.
see, I need to start kind of rewording this question because a lot of people have like favorite game franchises because it's so
Hmm.
hard to choose just
Yeah,
one. Because
and Twisted Metal was such a great game back in the day, and that was one that I was hooked to as well on the PlayStation.
I don't think I've ever played it,
The,
and I'm
the
guessing that's
only
what
thing
Chris
is
was
I
talking
didn't
about.
yeah, I didn't own the PlayStation. It was my cousin that owned it. So that's I would think that if I had a chance to own it and have it, I probably would have played it more often.
Okay.
But it brings back really good memories. Yeah.
All those games, all the nostalgia is what's the best thing about
Hmm.
everything, right? All right,
Yep.
JP. So, how long you been streaming?
I've been streaming since January 2021. So do the math on that one. I'm bad at math, but I think a year and 8 months, something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
almost 2 years. It's almost been 2 years, and for the year and 8 months I streamed on Facebook exclusively and just recently moved over to Twitch.
yep,
So
yep.
yeah, that was a
Y'all,
big move.
if one of my black belts could pull his link, please pop it up in the pinned comment if y'all don't mind. I'd really do appreciate it. I have it mentioned in the description, but if we could get that link popped up as a pinned comment, I'd really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. No, Chris said Twister with the dots. Oh, Chris said you loved playing Twister.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah. Twister. Oh, no, I wouldn't do good in Twister. I haven't ever really been very flexible, even in my young days. Now, my daughters, I don't know where they get it from. They get it from my wife because my wife, she's very flexible. So they must, they can do flips and cartwheels and all sorts of crazy things that I could never dream on dream of doing.
Are they like in like dance or like gymnastics or anything like that?
Yes, so my middle daughter, she is actually she competes in dance and she's in gymnastics as well. My oldest, she's in gymnastics as well. She used to compete in dance, but she just got so overwhelmed because she's such a busy kid that my oldest, so she decided to step away from dance for right now and focus on basketball because she's been on a travel basketball team since she was in fourth grade and she just couldn't put all her love in both of them. She just didn't have the time, so she had to make the difficult decision on picking which one she loved more. And she decided to go with her travel basketball team as her, what she wanted to focus on.
Excellent, excellent. Glad
Yeah,
to glad to get to see the kids like just doing what they love, and that's awesome.
yeah. And my son got to finally he started playing flag football this year, which was super exciting to see.
Oh,
He's a
that's
little first
awesome.
grader, so it's cool to see him play flag football.
Oh, that is so cute. No wonder you're always busy. You're popping
Oh,
off all over the place.
I am so busy all the time. It's so hard, but I like it. I like it.
Mhm. It keeps you going, and it's absolutely
Yeah.
it's awesome to be able to get to see you spending time with your family, your kiddos,
Yes.
doing what you got to do, and then getting to see you on stream as well. So, for
Mhm.
everyone that just popped in, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for the likes, and also welcome to the JoJo family. For those who've already hit that follow button as well, we're here with Mr. JPFire. Most of y'all are probably coming in, hanging out from his community, and I do have some of our warriors in chat as well. Alerts are turned off, so if you do pop in, it's not that I want to ignore you. It's just all attention for Mr. JP. And we're about to dive into that biggest next question, y'all. And what I want to know before we get into the why is basically who or what inspired you to start streaming?
Oh man, that's a really good question. So, a couple of years ago, before I started streaming, I guess it would have been in 2020 during the pandemic and all that stuff. I started to watch streamers like Blast Processing, Super Pat, um, Fumes Gaming, Tim Danger. I started watching a bunch of these streamers, Ria Showa. I started watching a bunch of them, and I got to see them have so much fun interacting with chat and just streaming, playing video games. I'm like, you know what? I love playing video games, and it would be so cool to get to meet more people and get and do giveaways and all this other stuff and give back to the community. So I started saving money because I wanted to do it right. I wanted to make sure that I built a good computer, and got all my stuff, good mic, because I noticed whenever I would go into some streamers that were going, the people that didn't have as many watching didn't have a very good setup, or they just had bad mic or bad camera, whatever it may have been. So with me, the way I sometimes people call me a perfectionist. I try to, which is bad. That's where my middle daughter gets it from. So I try to perfect everything, which is really, really hard to do. But I'm hard on myself with that kind of stuff. So I try to. I saved up money, and then I finally had enough money in January to build a computer, and I had my buddy help me build it. Well, he did most of the all the hard work. His SS Snake, he used to stream here on Facebook and Twitch. But he's going to college now, so he hasn't had a chance to. But he helped build it, and then I started streaming.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. I know back then that was like right around like mid COVID and all the
Hmm.
craziness and not knowing what in the world was gonna go on. So having that plan, having that dedication of hey, this is what I'm gonna do, this is where I'm gonna go, and now moving through. So basically, what would why do you stream? Like the
I
ultimate why, and like what drives you to hit that go live behind the camera and just do what you do. do what you do?
Because I've made so many friends over since I started streaming, and I love interacting with people. I love um, I love challenging myself, as you can see with Mario Maker yesterday. I do campfires every week, which is just such an amazing time. And Justin Sells, love that dude to death. He makes the hardest levels on Mario Maker, and he dedicates them to streamers. And he has dedicated 7 levels to me, and I just completed number 7 last night. And I love the challenge of playing, hard levels on Mario Maker, and I love showing people that it can be done. Um, that you can, if you grind and you work hard enough for something, you can achieve it. So that's kind of the goal with Mario Maker. With Justin's message to everybody is, no matter how hard it looks and how impossible it looks, if you grind and you work hard for it, it can be done. It can be achieved, and not just gaming, but in real life. And I just wanted to start streaming to have nothing but a positive impact. If it's just one person watching, 20 people watching, 30, 100, however many people, if you can impact somebody positive that in that day, then I believe you've done a great job. So to me, that's my goal every time I go live is we all struggle with something in life, whether that be stress, whatever it may be. Everybody has bad days. So if they can come to JPFire, click on there and see um, just happiness and positivity, then that makes me happy. So that's my goal in streaming, and I started the fire coins and all this other stuff in a way to give back to viewers that are loyal that watch. So if somebody is watching my Twitch stream and has it open, lurking, whatever it may be, they can accumulate these fire coins and they can get like real prizes with them, and then just stuff like that. So I really wanted to just make a positive impact. Really, that's why I stream. What it drives me to do.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely love that. That's it's amazing to be able to hear that. It's amazing because I do get to pop in, and I don't remember exactly how I found you. I found you, I think, through Chris actually, Chris or Rockstar, someone, and it's just awesome to be able to pop in, and whether I get to chat or whether I just get to lurk and hang out, the vibes are always like amazing. Be able to just like listen to the laughter, listen to the fun, listen to the little bit of rage on Mario. It's fun rage. It's not that crazy.
Yeah.
It's not anything like super like angry or anything like that. But it's always a great time. Always fun. Like last night, I popped in. I was working on stuff and. I had you. I was listening and lurking, and I was able to celebrate with you whenever you did what you did, and you had accomplished one of the levels. And I was just you bring that in, and you can see that, you can feel that, and that is just phenomenal. So like going into everything, what has been like your main like goal, or do you have a goal right now that you're wanting to like go towards? Uh, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so as of right, originally when I started the Twitch, when I made the move, my goal was to just get to grow there, just to grow as much as I can, because you're essentially kind of starting over,
Hmm.
but you're hoping to bring as many that watch you on Facebook over to Twitch. And so we hit 300 followers very quickly. So we just hit a little over 300 followers, and my goal is just to continue to get as many because I had a lot of followers on Facebook, and it's just to get as many of my followers over from Facebook over to Twitch to watch over there and have fun to see that. Yes, it's a different platform, but you're going to have even more fun over there with what I have going on. I can do so much more over there than I could on Facebook, and so that's my goal is to, as of right now, is just to continue to grow my Twitch channel and hopefully meet new friends, new followers, and who knows. I would say once I feel like I've grown enough, I'd probably try to push for partner over there.
Yep, yep, nope. I can see it. I can see it. Y'all hashtag JP Fire for partner. That'll be awesome. So, kind of going through with streaming, with you being almost 2 years into it, have you had any type of like struggles that have almost kept you from not coming back to streaming? or anything that keeps you from going live, that you've had to either struggle with or deal with? And if so, how are you able to conquer it to be able to even just be here today?
Absolutely. With just stresses in life itself, or just work. I work 12-hour shifts, so just trying to find time for family, for streaming, for hobbies, for just alone time with my wife, or alone time with my kids. Seeing, going to see my parents, my sister. Just trying to find time for everything can be very difficult. And sometimes I think as a streamer, it's important to know that it's okay to take a break. And that was something that was really hard because I was working a lot last year, and I was pushing myself to still stream in the afternoons, waking up early when I should have been sleeping more because I was working night shifts after night shifts. I think I worked 50 days with only 3 days total off from work, working nothing but night shifts. And I was pushing myself to wake up earlier so I can get an hour or 2 hour stream. Finally, I just said, you know what, my streams, my chat is seeing, they're seeing that I'm tired and I'm not myself. And that to me is worse than not taking the time off. You're better off taking the time off than to push yourself. And your community will understand. That's the biggest thing, is they will understand. They understand that you're human too, and that you're going to have your own struggles as well. And that's another thing. Whenever I was going through the past 2 months, I was going through a lot of just stress uh, and just I wasn't happy anymore streaming it here on Facebook. And it wasn't my community's fault or anybody else's fault. It was more the platform's fault. You know, they were they were keeping my they were, I had close to 70 subscribers, and I've had people drop big bombs of big star bombs, and that's real money that people are donating to me. And Facebook wasn't paying me out. They were keeping the money, and I was just like, man, how can they take? To me, it felt like they were stealing from them. And I don't know that part. And then they kept copyrighting my streams, and my reach on my streams was going down for whatever reason. And it just, I feel like Facebook focuses too much on numbers, and they throw it in your face right there, with like likes and everything. And to a streamer, that can really get to you whenever you whenever you see all that. And it just so many different things that Facebook it was just unnecessary stress. So that's when I was like, you know what? I want to try this Twitch thing out and see how that goes. And it's just so much, for me at least. I can't say this for everybody because everybody's different. But for me, it's so much more chill. It's just so much chill as far as how the platform operates. And I've been just so much happier over there, and I feel like I could be myself again, and I don't have to worry about the little things like the copyright strikes and people in my chat messaging me saying, "Hey, I can't comment on your stream because I am muted for whatever reason." Just little things that was just frustrating me. Like I want to say I had 3 people reach out to me saying they couldn't comment for whatever reason, and they weren't thrown in Facebook jail. They just couldn't, and just a bunch of bugs that needed to be fixed. And it just seems like over a year and a half, nothing's really gotten better. And that was one of the reasons why I just wanted to move. So
So
that's it in a nutshell.
having those things kind of hit you, and there's a lot of different bugs over here. There are I will agree with you on that one. But kind of making sure you're taking that, basically take away from like what JP just said, and it's awesome to be able to hear it. Is you're not letting you see that something's taken away from your joy, something's taken away from your happiness, and then you kind of, it's sort of like, what do I need to do to first and foremost I love to see it. It's like what you're doing is taking your time and to making sure that you're in a good headspace, that you're in that great mindset. So you're not portraying, like you said earlier, being down or being upset and this and being extreme because they want to come in and hang out with you and chill with you and have fun, laughter. So I love being able to see that you've got that smile, you've got that passion, you've got that drive, and it's awesome to be able to see it. I saw a lot of it last night as well, and it's just awesome to be able to see and what you're doing and how us as creators can impact others' lives, like you were saying earlier as well. So it is awesome as well. And welcome on in, Raiders. Andrew, thank you for the like, thank you for the raid. Welcome on to the dojo. How's it going? Hey, hey, and welcome to the Y series with Mr. JPFire. Uh, all right, so I have just a couple other. We're gonna kind of chit chat for a little bit. JP kind of hit the head on pretty much everything that I had for him already this morning. Uh, JP, what else you got going on, sir? What else are you enjoying in life at the moment?
Hmm.
And
Man,
now,
that's
well, actually, to add to that, since you kind of moved over to Twitch, any certain game that you're looking forward to this year coming out, possibly playing?
that's a good question. Well, first off, stuff that I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying finishing up a bunch of these TV shows that I started with my wife. We just got done finishing Better Call Saul, which was an amazing, probably one of the best written shows I've ever watched. And these are the same people that did Breaking Bad, and Breaking Bad was amazing. But I felt like Better Call Saul they just got better. So just finishing more shows. We got Cobra Kai coming up,
Oh
which
yeah.
I hope that Chris doesn't try to spoil for me, because I know I'm gonna be behind him, because he's a psycho and he's gonna finish all 10 episodes, in 2 hours somehow. Even though it's 10 hours worth of content, he'll finish it in 2 hours and try to spoil it. But that and the last season of The Walking Dead's coming up. So cool things, and of course we're fixing to watch Survivor 42. We're big survivors. We just finished Survivor 41 late last night after my stream. So that kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing my son play more flag football this year. It's cool, and seeing my daughter continue to play her basketball game. She's an eighth grader now. To see what level she can get up to, how much better. Just seeing her growth every year is just so awesome. Seeing that, and then my middle daughter, just seeing her dance and amazing things that she's been doing. Like, she is like a gymnast with things. She's probably the hardest worker that I know. Like, she works hard, and she is so dedicated when she gets something in her head. She's always flipping in the house. She wants a brand new trampoline, those long ones that cost like $600. Those ones, she wants one of those. So I'm trying to save up to get her one of them for her birthday that's coming up, and because she just wants to continue to learn to do so many flips. So I'm just so proud of her, because she's yeah, I'm proud of all my kids, but just looking forward to seeing that in the future is just some of the things that I personally looking forward to. As far as games that are coming out, I GameFly, so I would have to look. Let me open that up real quick, cause let me see what I have in my queue, because I look on my queue to see some of the games that are coming out that I look forward to playing. So we have.
While you're looking at that, Sherry did say, even as a viewer, you can see the difference in Facebook gaming and Twitch. Twitch seems so much more chill when I've been over there. That's true. That's very true.
Yes.
It can be a little bit more chill over there. And Andrew, I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. Welcome on into the dojo. And real quick as well, JP, while you're looking at that, before we miss it, Miss Evelyn, Penguin Gaming, y'all. She wants to know, when do you sleep?
Oh, man. When do I sleep? So that's a crazy good question, because I work shift work. So let me just give you an example of my last week, right? So what are we in? We are Thursday. Let's go back to last Monday. So last Monday I started working days. So I worked Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, daylights, 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. And I'm working a lot of overtime at work right now, because we've had like five people just up and retire. They were older people, and they've been there for like 30 something years. So now I'm having to fill, us younger guys are having to fill jobs until they can get them filled. So anyways, I worked Monday through Thursday days, and then just to switch to Friday just to switch the nights Friday night, 5:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. Worked those 4 nights, and then I finally got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday today off before I go back on nights again Friday. So I do a lot of flip flopping. So when do I sleep? I sleep anytime I feel like I have a chance to sleep. So if I'm working days, I'll probably go to sleep about 10:30 that night and wake up at 4 in the morning. And if I'm working nights, I will sleep from 6 a.m. to about 11 a.m. And if I'm off, so I don't get much sleep, we'll put it that way. And if I am off, that's when I get the most sleep. So I went to sleep about 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, I say that I went to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning this morning, and then I woke up at 6:30 to help my wife get the kids ready for school, and I've been up since then. So, and then tonight I got to switch the nights tomorrow, so I will be staying up as late as I can, and then sleeping tomorrow morning before I do. Actually, I'm not streaming Friday, so yeah. It's all over the place, and y'all are probably like, "You're crazy, right? I mean, how do you fluctuate like that?" Well, I've been doing it for 10 years, so you just kind of, I think your body just gets used to it.
It
You
does.
know?
It does. And then if you like completely
Yeah,
stop, your body's like, what am I
yeah.
supposed to do now?
And the thing is, I've been at my job for over 10 years, so I have a bid where if something comes up, I could take a daylight bid and just work a regular Monday through Friday job. But I
Yeah.
think I'm so used to this shift work, and it works so well with streaming. It does because like right now, my wife is at work, my kids are at school, so it's easy for me to be able to stream in the afternoon. So during the summer, it's harder because they're home, so I need to figure out time with them. But like today, I can still get a stream in while they're out at school and work, and still spend time with them in the evening.
Yeah.
So that's the nice thing about shift work. Whereas if I was on straight days, I would be working while they were working, and then at home, I'm going to be trying to stream, but I also need to spend time with them. So it makes it so much harder. So I'm more of an afternoon streamer, with the exception of the campfire and other streams sometimes in the evening, which are just special occasions, more so than not. But my regular schedule is mainly 1 to 3 usually, or 1 to 3:30 in the afternoon. So, and you had asked a different question, and I've already forgot what it was because I ramble on a lot.
You were checking GameFly about the
Oh,
like a game that you're looking forward to
okay.
coming out.
So 2023 coming up, definitely going to be the first time I stream Zelda, other than the special request I got for Ocarina of Time. Looking forward for Breath of the Wild 2, that's up there. Looking forward to Sonic Frontiers. I'm looking forward to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Cowabunga collection that's fixing to come out. Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, I will be streaming that when it comes out on
Yeah.
Twitch. So I'm looking forward to either one of those. And then Hogwarts Legacy, looking forward to that as well. And the new God of War Ragnarok for the PS5, looking forward to that. So those are a couple of games that you're going to see me streaming here in the next 6 months, or however long it takes in that span for them to come out. Along with Mario Maker, which is my bread and butter, which will
Yep.
always be played. Rock Band. Now that I'm on Twitch, I can stream Rock Band, so you can
I
see
saw
me
that.
playing some Rock Band as I switched over to that. And then ever since No Build Mode came out on Fortnite, I love that game again.
The no
I
build
play it
for
with my son. Yeah, because my son plays that game, and he always wanted me to play with him. And
uh-huh.
every time I tried, he was like a master at building, and I just hated that game because I could not get the building down. And then No Build Mode came out,
Yep.
and I just fell in love with playing it with him. So sometimes I'll stream that game along with other games that I stream sometimes.
No
Like
build
crazy.
is the way to go because every time I hop in with Mr. Ryan Hicks Hubs, he plays build mode, and I'm like, I'm not used to build mode. I'm dying. He's like, you can build, and I'm like, oh, I'm just not used to building anymore. So I'm gonna say Fortnite is very interesting.
Yeah,
But heck yeah to all those games. I've not played God of War myself, but I a lot of y'all have talked about God of War so much. I'm like, yeah, I need to just dive in and
it
just go
is
play God of
an
War.
amazing game. I tell you,
And
God of
then
War 3 is the best one.
you mentioned Hogwarts Legacy. Which house are you, JP?
Oh man, the my daughters are huge on Harry Potter, and they know all their names. We went to Universal Studios. See, I've watched the films, but I'm not diehard on it like I'm sure you are. So I know some of the characters. I've heard the houses or whatever, and then the numbers, whatever those numbers are that they use. I can't even remember the numbers. I think,
House points.
yeah, the house points or something like that. So they are like diehard Harry Potter. I'm telling you, when we went to Universal Studios, it was like they loved it so much.
Mhm.
I, man, I want to say the one that I'm trying to remember the name, but was it Slytherin or something like that? Is that one of the names? I've seen it down in the chat. Is that one of the Harry Potter houses?
Uh, what name did you just say?
Is that one of them Slytherin? I'm
Yes,
trying to remember. Okay, Slytherin.
Slytherin.
I want to say one of my daughters. I think Katie. She said something about that one. I don't know which house. I've never picked it because I'm not die hard. But I thought the game would be pretty cool. But that name right there, Slytherin. Whenever I read it there, I was like, okay. I remember my oldest daughter saying something about that when they were mentioning those house things or whatever you were saying.
So y'all, Mr. JP needs to go take the Pottermore quiz and find out his actual house, right? Actually, JP, I could see you being Hufflepuff. Big,
Really?
yep,
Okay.
yep,
That you
big
say
family.
Hufflepuff, and now I remember hearing. So
Yep.
as names get shouted out, or I read them, or I see them, then I remember just because I've heard from my kids saying the names and all that stuff. But man, I tell you, Harry Potter Land or whatever it is there at Universal, it's a really really
Mhm.
cool place. And
Oh
that
yeah.
motorbike ride is probably the best ride that I've ever rode, as far as like a family roller coaster ride.
Yep.
You actually get a ride in the same bike that what's his name? Don't I can't even remember his name. The bigger guy.
Hagrid.
I just yeah Hagrid. Ah man, I was so mad when he died in the movies. But yeah, it's
Oh.
super cool.
He doesn't.
I thought he died.
Not Hagrid.
Okay, then I was completely wrong. I thought he died on like the sixth one or something like that.
No.
Tells you how much I watch him.
You're thinking of someone that was riding in the motorbike with him. And Evelyn's
Okay.
like, "Yep, he doesn't die." Nope.
Okay, he doesn't die. Okay, I thought he died, but like I said, it's been years since I've watched the movies.
Yeah.
So
No, I had to give you trouble. Yeah, that ride wasn't there whenever the Hubs and I went. They actually put that ride in about 2 years after, and I'm like, I gotta go back. Oh, so does
Dumbledore, yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Dumbledore
yep.
is the one. That's who I was thinking. Yep. Because I almost said that name when I was thinking Hagrid. Then I said I started to say, and then whenever I was thinking Hagrid, but yeah, Dumbledore is the one that dies. That's the one that I was upset. I was like, why do you have to die? So I got him and Hagrid mixed up. So my apologies. See, I told you I'm no whiz when it comes to Harry Potter. Best roller coaster though in the world that I've ever rode, Velocicoaster, easily. Love Velocicoaster.
That's the other reason why I want to go back to Universal is because that ride looks freaking insane. Also, one of my favorite rides at Universal was the Mummy. I love it being
It was
underground, backwards.
amazing. Yes.
JP, after this Harry Potter talk, I'm so spoiling Cobra Kai. Oh, Chris. I mean, that's what he did to me. He came over and gave me like 3 different things, and I'm like, none of those even happened. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Oh, so he did it to you? Yeah. Season
Yeah.
4, he came and told me a bunch of different things. He's trying to spoil. Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
that's how he is.
yeah, he did it
He's
while
a
I was
troll.
playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I was like, dude, okay. All right, so y'all, and do we have any other questions for Mr. JP? I know y'all kind of were chit chatting a little bit about crazy scheduling and right, yeah, there's a new TMT game coming out, right? I actually just saw a notice about that the other day, and Cobra Kai, we're excited about it. We'll probably binge watch that when it comes out. I'm super stoked to see the next transition with those movies, and not movies, well,
Yeah.
TV show. And that's another great TV show. Like y'all,
Yes, it's
it
great.
teaches so much different things.
Yeah,
So
and I love that's coming out in September instead of December, like normal or early January. It's
yep,
coming out a little earlier, so that was awesome.
yep. That's why there's so much happening over the next several months. So I'm excited. Uh, don't act like y'all don't love me. We love you, Chris. Evelyn said, "When's the fire and ice collab?"
Oh man. Well, as you know, crazy schedule here. As always explaining, collabs are so like even with you, Kim, here,
Yeah.
it I found some time this morning at 10 a.m. and thank you so much for working with me
Oh,
because
very
it's
welcome.
so hard for me to schedule collabs around already streaming and around everything. So um, I try to get them in, So to Penguin, I would we've done a couple. I think we've collabed Fall Guys a couple of times where you just asking just between you and I. I guess we'll try to figure something out. Maybe here in the next couple of weeks we could do something in the I guess I need to know when you're available as well. If you're available in the mornings, afternoons, or however it works out.
Y'all
Because, like
schedules,
you said, your schedule's hectic too. You got three kiddos of yourself, and
oh,
Mr. Fire is a busy, busy man. Yeah, super, super busy. So, as much as I would love to always be able to be like, yeah, I could collab tomorrow at this time. It's just for me, it has to be weeks in. I mean, we've been trying this for a couple of weeks now, right, Kim? It's been until we finally were able to find this
yep.
spot at 10 o'clock in the morning, which isn't the, I guess, the ideal time, but it's the best I could do without having to schedule it months or maybe a month from now or something.
Yeah, no, I was excited when you had messaged and said, "Hey, can we do this at 10 a.m. on Thursday?" And I was like, "You know what? Yes, let's just do it. Let's go. I got this. I'm gonna go drag myself out of bed." Joking. Oh no, no, I'm good.
Thank you.
I was just super excited to be able to have you be able to pop in. Uh, Content creators, for those of you that are hopping in and kind of chilling, and if you've missed any of this stream and you have some time, please go back and kind of watch a little bit, understand a little bit more about JP, where he's going with his creation, his content, his channel. He is over on Twitch full time now. If y'all would please go show him some love, his link is in the pinned comment. It's been a blast to be able to get to know a little bit more about JP. I love being able to do this, and I just thank you so much for reaching out. Before I even got to reach out to you, I was like, I was super stoked to be able to have you come in and get to know you a little bit more. And I love being able to like show like how other creators work with what they do and why they do what they do. And it's very important to be able to give others a voice, even more so than you already have, and try to like push that out even more just because our world needs it. And I love being able to have this connection with you, because it's been amazing to have other creators in our corners, that have the same philosophy and the same drive. And it's awesome to be able to see that you're not only just managing being able to enjoy time with your community, with your family, but more so like with your family as well. And that family man, that drive to spend time with your wife, spend time with your kids, uh, make it to the sports, make it to the dance, gymnastics, anything and everything. Take that time for vacation, which very jealous of your lovely big vacation this past summer. I was like, oh, I gotta get it's just it's been amazing to see. Absolutely love to be able to be able to do that. I might not be able to pop in all the time, but normally if I do, it's lurking here and there just because scheduling can be a little
Appreciate it.
chaotic.
Yeah.
But it just
Yeah.
it is awesome, and it's amazing to get to see everything that you have done, and I'm super stoked to continue to see where you go and where you grow and where you kind of go from here. And y'all, JP, so Joe's got a question. JP, why do you think the universe is so cruel? What? Oh God, come on, guys.
Why do you think the universe is so cruel to male honeybees? I don't even know. All I know is I do love bees. They're awesome. Like my kids were so scared of bees, and they're like, oh, if they seen one flying around, they're like, kill it. I'm like, no, don't kill the bees. It's the wasp. Kill the wasp. There's a difference. We need the bees. They don't want to sting you. They're just trying to work, and but they're not trying to, they're not trying to sting you because if they sting you, a lot of times they'll die, and they know that. So
No.
they only do it as a last resort. And of course, if you're trying to steal their honey, they're gonna defend that hive as good as they can, right? So
Save the bees,
yeah,
y'all. Save the bees.
yeah,
Used to
save the bees for sure.
no.
But I'm so thankful that you allowed me to come onto this. This is so cool. I think this is an awesome thing that you do, and I love the one with Rocky. I wasn't able to watch it live very long, just barely, but I was able to go back and watch the replay, and it was super cool. And I hope the ones that couldn't make it to this are able to go back and watch this replay, and because this is a cool thing that you do, and big props to you. I love this. This is awesome.
My main reason why I started doing this, like I said, is just because I want others to be able to have that chance to have that voice and be able to get to know others. Because it's not just it's my channel's not just about me. It's about others. It's about the community. It's about family. It's about other creators getting to know y'all because this world is it needs more of everything that a lot of us put out, and if we can continue to do that, that's the best that we can. If y'all can kind of put those words into your brain and kind of mix them around and understand what I'm saying right about now, there you go. A lot of people know my words can kind of get a little bit jumbled, but basically at the end of the day is just I love getting to know others, and it's that connection, it's that drive, and if we can put that out more, that'll help. So, JP, so much. I do really do
Hey,
appreciate
thank
you.
you.
Um, that would be awesome if they did a Zelda theme hat, or
They
technically,
would,
like that would be awesome.
yeah, I like this. I like this Tanuki hat, from Mario, and
No,
I got it at GameStop. It was pretty cool.
I was
Which
about to ask you if you got it from GameStop.
Yeah, which a lot of stuff behind me. Like yesterday, I don't know if y'all could see the little fridge right over there. It's a little Xbox fridge. I think the flame is actually
Yeah,
covering
here.
it a little bit. Yeah, right there. I've been looking for that thing for forever. And when they first came out, they were like $500 because they were scalping them. So I was at GameStop. I was not GameStop. I was at Target yesterday, and there it was. And they retail for 100. I was like, I got to get this thing. And
That's
I
pretty
just
awesome.
finally, yeah, I finally got my payout from Facebook after 2 months, and I was like, oh dang, I'm buying this. I got it, and I got some, dyed orange soda in there.
No, yeah, no. See, he loves his orange soda.
Yeah, it's all
Uh,
orange soda.
D, thank you for like the share. Hey, Mister Killer D, I didn't realize you were lurking. What's up, fam? So I'm gonna run down real quick because Brian, I know I missed your comment earlier. You said you've been following Mr. JP from the start. That is freaking phenomenal. That is amazing. And Brian, I will agree. JPFire is an awesome streamer. I try to stay away from streamer because I always try to like get into the content creator because my philosophy between the two differences is a streamer just streams games and just plays a game to a certain extent. Content creator is what Mr. JP does as well. He provides the content, he has fun, throws things out. It's the same thing, but I'm just letting y'all know why I don't try to say streamers. It's more of that content creator because that it builds more of that connection and stuff like that as well. So Rye, the Hubs did say he absolutely loves that you spend time with your family, that you are a very big inspiration, and it's just amazing. It's awesome to be able to show what you're doing and everything like that as well. And bees knees, how about we say breeze knees? Because yeah, those are words as well. This is a cool thing. Love learning about other creators. Hell yeah, Mystic. Absolutely. More compassion and camaraderie. Very true, very true. And thank you, D. I appreciate you, sir. Uh, excuse
Bless you.
me. Yeah, no, sorry. Sinuses and weather change is starting already, so I'm like, yay, let's do it all over again.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
it's starting to cool down. As I say, cool down. The high today is 90, but for Texas, that's cooling down compared to the 100+ degrees that we've been dealing with. So you could tell it's trying to cool down a little bit, but it's still, 90 degrees is, still hot.
it's still hot, but luckily it's not 115, right?
Yep. I got
Oh,
one thing to say to Chris real quick though, before he even asks this question.
oh, he has a
Go
question.
Cowboys, and we're gonna win the Super Bowl. I have to say that. That's another thing I look forward to is football season every year.
Yep.
I'm a big Cowboys fan, and I always joke around by saying that because they're absolutely not very good. They always disappoint me. Something what can go wrong will go wrong with the Cowboys, but there's a lot of Cowboy haters out there, so I have to just play around and say they're going to the Super Bowl and all this other good stuff, even though I know they're probably not going to win very many games.
Hey, I mean, you would never know. It could be a out of the blue question.
Oh, there's the question right
Oh,
there.
can you explain
Like,
in detail
I
everything that
love
is?
my Cowboys. Go ahead.
Oh, good lordy. No, I was making a comment about the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
I don't watch a lot of football, but hey, anything can happen. So, Mojo's like, well, then I guess the Colts will see you there. Oh yeah, you're a big Colt fan. Well, yeah, you're
Chris
in
wants.
Indianapolis.
Yeah. See, I'm in Texas, so that look. Brian says cowgirls. Oh yeah, I've heard that my whole life. And JP, can you explain in detail everything that's wrong with the Cowboys that result in them being complete? Look, I'll tell you, the only thing wrong with the Cowboys is that owner, Jerry Jones, and his son, Stephen Jones. That is what is wrong with them. That's completely what's wrong with them.
Sounds like they
So,
need new management.
yeah.
So I see Go Bills. We don't have a football team anymore. They decided to move to
Moved to LA, right?
LA. So we root for the Kansas
Yeah,
City
because
Chiefs.
they're technically in Missouri, right? They're in the Missouri side
Yeah,
of
they're still
versus the
Missouri.
Kansas City side.
Yep,
Yeah,
they're still
because
Missouri.
they that's split, right? Kansas City, Missouri is like Kansas City, Kansas. It's like
Well, there's two
two, right?
because
There's two, right?
Kansas City's still in Missouri, and then there's Kansas City, Kansas, which is weird. So it's like, so are you in Kansas or are you in the Missouri side?
Yeah, and I think the football stadium's on the Missouri side, right? So I guess you
Yep,
technically still have but it's
not
what
one
kind of
close to
pretty far.
us.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
not close
about
to
a
y'all.
3.5, 4 hour drive.
Yeah.
So, um, if you want to be a true Texan, why not root for the Texans?
No, no. I'm not going for the Houston Texans. Nope. I've always been a Cowboys fan since I was young. Since I was let's see, I started rooting for them in '94.
Okay.
So that was the year I started rooting for them was the year Jimmy Johnson left. He got fired from dumb Jerry Jones. And anyways, they ended up losing to the 49ers in the championship. And then they won the Super Bowl the next year against the Steelers. So I remember I was 7 years old when I watched them do that. And they haven't won the Super Bowl since then or even got close.
So, JP, there's one last question that is on here that I was kind of saving for a little bit. Do
Okay.
you have any advice for any new or current content creators out there?
Yes, I actually do. So don't get so bent out of shape from the numbers. That is the number one thing that can really pull a streamer down is eh, is is looking at the numbers too deeply because you go look at so and so stream and they got 30 or 40 people in there and then you go live and you have two, three, four people in there. Yes, that can be very discouraging. It can if you look at it in a way that you wonder if you're doing anything wrong. But it's 95% of the time you're not doing anything wrong. It's just it's a hard process. I remember the days where I would only stream to nobody, one or two people, if that. Um, when I left Facebook before my vacation in June on Facebook, I was hitting at times in the triple digits. Then went on vacation. Even then, I was still, 20 people, 15 people, which was really good. To me, I was really happy with that. But if you look at the numbers too much, it can really mess with you big time. So I would highly encourage not to compare your content with other people. Just look to try to watch your own streams, watch your own VOD, and see if you're enjoying your own content. Because if you don't enjoy it, then other people may not enjoy it. So that's one thing I do a lot is I go back and I'm like, okay, where can I improve on? Right? So I go and I'm like, okay, I did this and that wasn't good. I did that, that was really good. I should do more of that. Stuff like that. So definitely watch your own content and see where you can improve and don't get so bent out of shape on numbers, especially if you're a new streamer. Because when you start off, you're not going to have much success at first. You're going to have some, like, I believe one good example would be Professor Sport Mode. I remember when I first started following Professor Sport Mode, he would only have one or two people in there grinding gauntlets. He has grown so much, and he's become such a and it took him a while. I want to say like I don't know how long he's been streaming, but it's got to be close to a year because I think I've been following him almost a year. It was here recently, a month or two ago, that he started to finally bloom and where he's getting double digits in viewers and his reactions are getting up in the 60s 70s hundreds sometimes. It took him a long time to get there, but he kept grinding and grinding and grinding and he kept improving little by little. So he's a great example of this, and I don't believe he was ever in, and he just never gave up. So um, it takes a lot of time to grow, and when it happens, it's nice. It's really, really nice.
True. Mojo, that's one thing that all content creators said when asked the question. Oh, it's very true. Numbers can be very evil. Numbers can,
Numbers can be very evil.
they can
And
destroy.
they can, like what Sherry says. I think one thing that draws me to creators is when they chat and take part with people at the stream. So that's one thing. If you've ever been in one of my streams, that's I like to talk a lot because naturally I talk a lot anyways. But I try to make sure to catch every comment that I can. Naturally, we're going to miss comments. We just are because sometimes chat can get rolling really, really fast. And and I do this, which is kind of obviously I can't do it now on Twitch because Twitch is a little different. But on Facebook, what I would do is I'd go back, I'd watch my VOD, and I noticed I missed a comment. I would reply back to that person. I'm sorry that I missed your comment.
Oh.
Thank you so much for that. I go back and I would do that. So because I'd feel bad that I missed that person's comment.
Chris Anthony, welcome on in. Hello, hello. You mentioned that, and I was like, I just started doing that too. So
Did you start doing that?
yeah. If I've noticed something and I'm just like, wait a minute, how did I miss that? No. So I absolutely love that. Hey, what's up, Mr. Brandon? How's it going? Hello, hello. Chris says I can't watch my VOD. I hate my voice. I hate my voice too, but you got to do it, Chris. Go do it. Mystic says I'm thinking about starting, and there's one thing I've heard: ignore the numbers and have fun. Yeah, like what JP said, ignore the numbers, and I'll throw it in there with JP. Play something you enjoy. Have fun
Yes.
with it, because as JP said it a little bit earlier in this video or stream, sorry. That if you're not having fun, others that are watching are coming in, they're going to know that you're not having fun, and they're not really going to enjoy it, or they're not really going to want to stay or even come in and play. So make sure you enjoy what you're doing, what you're playing, and something that's going to be all the what you can kind of relate to. Like Mr. JP said, he kind of grew up with Mario, and he just got that blast from the past within the Mario as well and stuff like that. So
Yeah. And like if you notice in my streams, what I do because I know like what Joe just said, the one thing that makes you return to watch another streamer is the interaction. So I do a bunch of like I want to make it fun for the viewer versus just watching me and interacting. I want them to be able to play games or do stuff. So I have like what I call fire coins, which you can see one right up there. They're a real thing that you can win that you can buy from my sponsor Gold Gaming. But anyways, um, I have those in my Twitch as what channel points. But you can actually play sounds. You can win real prizes with them by just watching, and then you can do like a bunch of the exclamation mark commands. To have sounds, different kinds of sounds get played, and I have like fun little screens that you can claim. Like one of them is Chrisomaniac, Chris Hogan. We call Chris Hogan. I actually have the Hulk Hogan music playing, and Hulk Hogan, a bunch of gifts of Hulk Hogan, and you have Chris right there smack dab in the middle where it says I'm a Hulkamaniac. Just fun
yep.
things for the chat to be able to do.
Yep.
I think today I'm going to implement, if it works, a tic tac toe game on my stream where you can like pick where what spot of the just a bunch of different things. I like to
Yep.
for the chat to have fun.
Oh yeah.
That's a big thing.
Especially if you're in an intense moment, it gives us others a little bit of stuff to do as well. So that's the cool thing about over on Twitch, y'all. So that's what I want to do. Heck yeah, Mystic. I can't wait to see it. And then yeah, Sherry Rockstar does say it again. That's the thing, is like, hey, if
Mhm.
I missed it, throw it back in. I don't care. Go for
Yep.
it. Like
Say it again.
if you throw it in there 2, 3 different sinking times, it is what it is. So absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Let's see, make sure. So my favorite creators, the ones that engage with the community. Hell yeah, Mystic. Absolutely love it. It's that connection. Chris wants to know, who's your favorite non-big streamer?
Find non-big streamer though. Like what would be considered a big streamer? Like
That's
when you say non-big, are you talking like they only have 1 to 5 people watching normally, or like under 20? Like I don't understand, because a big streamer, some might interpret that as somebody that has constantly 70 to 100 people watching,
mm-hmm.
or some people may say that's a big streamer is only somebody that's in the thousands. So I'm not so that can be that one's a tough one because I don't know what your definition of a non-big streamer technically is,
So,
or what a definition of a big streamer is.
Chris, you'll have to. He said, I'd say
Under
under
20?
20. Yes.
Okay. Who consistently has under 20 that I enjoy watching a lot? Hmm, that's a tough one. That's a really, really tough one because I watch so many different streamers. It's hard to really say who your favorite is because you love them all.
Yep.
So I can't pick a favorite, honestly. Um, if I would say like Rockstar is like one of my best friends, but he constantly has over 20. I'd say him just because me and him have gone so close over the past couple of years or almost 2 years since we've met each other. We've met each other in person multiple occasions. So I would say he'd be my favorite overall. But if it has to be under 20, I don't know, honestly, because
There's so
if
many
you
out
take
there that.
If you take Rockstar out of it, then I can't pick a favorite because I love them all.
Yep, yep. He's like, LOL, good dodge. It's a little bit of a hard question when you ask that because it
Hmm.
all just depends also on like the on like your day and stuff like that. It's like
Yep.
everybody has their own little different like niches, and it's like, okay, so very very
Hmm.
tough question there, Mr. Chris.
Yeah, and they're all great in their own way.
Very true. Very true. All right, y'all. So I know Mr. JP has other stuff he's got to get to today as well. Does anybody have any last little bit questions for Mr. JP? I'll give it about another 2 or 3 minutes, see if anything pops in over here on Twitch or on Facebook because of the latency between both platforms. But while we're waiting to see if there's any other ones, JP, thank you again so much. I really do appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of your day because I know your time is very valuable. So it's been awesome being able to have you here and hang out with us and just share a little bit of your life and your journey with us. Absolutely, absolutely do appreciate.
Hey, thank you so much for having me again. You're an amazing content creator, and I'm happy to have got to know you, follow you, and watch you when I can. Like I said, sometimes if you see me just like the stream and I don't chat, I'm a lot of times I'm just lurking
Oh yeah.
because I'm somewhere busy. I'm just able to listen. And I've heard you in the past be like, "Hi JP, how you doing?" But I can't comment. But I'm there watching, but I can't
Yep.
comment. I was like, I hope she doesn't think I just liked and took off. Like
Yeah. No.
I'm here, and I
No.
do that with a lot of streamers.
Yep.
But
Yep. I
yeah.
think it was I don't I think it was during trivia night. It was sometime this week. You had light and I was like, "Hi JP." I was like, "You're probably either at work or you're doing something with kids, but hi."
Yes, yes, yeah. I remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
just
but I was in there just liking and just lurking, and then when I can
yep.
chat, I will. I
Oh
will
yeah.
chat if I can, but sometimes I just can't. I can only listen, but I want to be there to support by watching
Yeah.
as long as I can, and liking the stream, and you know.
Um, favorite moment. So Chris wants to know. We've kind of touched this on a little bit. But maybe not 100% within stream. So thank you, Chris. Favorite moment in your journey so far.
Favorite moment would, man, it's a tough one, but it had to be whenever I beat Fire on the Mountain Part 2, Orange Soda, because just I beat the first one in 4 hours that he made me, and then he did not hold back on that second one. He went all out and made it so tough. I literally had to spin jump on a pokey for like it felt like 30 minutes to try to get to the end, trying to dodge everything. When I finally got that good game, when I finally got that GG, I would say that was probably one of my favorite moments during this journey. I'm not saying that's the best but just what sticks out on top of my head, I won't ever forget that moment. Again, that GG.
Yep. Awesome. Oh, amazing. Jordan, thank you for coming in. Matthew Miller, thank you for coming in. Y'all, I just want to say thank you everyone for coming in. When I do these streams with other creators, I'm very, very big in talking to chat. Uh, welcoming everybody in. So this is still getting I'm so sorry, my cat jumped into my lap. And now baby. So basically I just appreciate y'all hanging out, chilling, knowing that I can't really like respond. But no, normally I'm a big chatter and a talker. As like JP says, you gotta talk, gotta chat, gotta have fun, and normally I don't shut up. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you all so much for giving your time and your dedication to hanging out with us creators. The love that you show for Mr. JP as well, y'all. If you guys are not following him yet, he is over on Twitch. Is over there now, full time over on Twitch. So his link is in the pinned comment. Please, if you guys wouldn't mind, go show him that love. He does a lot of phenomenal things, and cannot wait to continue to see where he's going. Y'all, if you guys would stick with me, we are gonna go ahead and I would love to take y'all, and I would love it if anybody, JP, do you have anybody on that you would like to go raid and show some love to? I'll let you choose.
Let me look real quick.
Mystic, thank you for that double like. Robert, thank you so much for that like. Y'all, I just happy Thursday. I hope each and every single one of y'all are doing well. If you're having a rough or a bad day, just know that you're loved, you are seen, you are more just I love y'all. Thank you. And just know you guys are amazing and phenomenal. So this is my stream for the day. I will not be live for the rest of the day. I still have a few things I'm working on. I'm also resting up for my recent injury. I do go back to work tomorrow, so this is just a little bit of a quick announcement at the end. This is my stream for the day, y'all. So JP, do we have someone you would like to go raid?
She was in here earlier, but I got my notification that Penguin was on, so that'd be a good one to go raid. So she was in here earlier.
Okay, girl. So we're gonna go say hi to Miss Penguin Gaming. If someone can grab her link just in case this does not send. I know I'm live on Facebook and on Twitch. So right now for our Facebook raid, we are gonna go ahead and go say hi to Miss Penguin. And I'm probably not gonna raid on Twitch this morning. So we're just gonna go ahead and go show some love to Miss Pengy. If y'all could please do me a favor, grab her link just in case this does not send you to her. I would really do appreciate it. Hold on. I did not mean to like disconnect. JP, do you want to say bye to everybody before I switch screens?
Thank y'all everybody for watching. Thank y'all for being so amazing. Kim, one last time, thank you for this. This was an awesome. I had a lot of fun. And guys, if you haven't followed me over on Twitch, I'd love to see y'all there. JPFire 19. I promise you it'll be a lot of fun. Bye, guys.
All right, y'all. So thank you guys so much again for joining JP and I here in the dojo, y'all. That was a lot of fun. I love being able to let other creators have that voice. So look out. We'll have another one coming at you sometime next month. We're going to go ahead and go raid Miss Penguin Gaming, y'all. I am going to go ahead and send you all over to Miss Pengy. She is awesome. She is amazing. She's a sweetheart. Another fellow content creator as well. It should send you over in just a quick second, but watch for that raid. And y'all, you guys have a phenomenal rest of your afternoon, morning, evening, and I will catch y'all tomorrow night here in the dojo, probably about 6:30 p.m. Central Time. I love y'all, and great day.
Then that total
where I know
that's the first one of ice creams. Right? It's exciting.